Well, our thing is how we work and how we operate. It must make business sense on our side.
Let me get to you, because I understand that you have retired. You're 50-0. You walked away from the game. You made a lot of money, but you did make news sometime last year when people were talking about you returning. Now, you're 43 years old, okay? I want to know where your head is at as it pertains to you.
Well, whatever reason it is that they want to see you, that reason is why you. It's not that you just deserve the money because it's hard to do.
Right.
I have never encountered an athlete who, number one, flaunts his wealth the way Floyd flaunts his wealth, and who, number two, is so blindly full of himself to the fault of those who did pave the way. He did acknowledge that much, so I appreciate that much.
A fighter who once claimed he was the greatest of all time is now dealing with major problems. Floyd Mayweather is currently caught up in a huge scandal. He is being accused of fraud and is reportedly close to a total financial downfall.
I did it the hard way. You know, I'm a kid that came from poverty. I can remember being a kid living in Jersey with my mother. 7 of us living in a 1-bedroom. You know, no lights, no heat. Never cried, never complained. Just worked hard to get to where I got to in life.
When Floyd changed from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, his public persona changed completely. He was no longer just a talented fighter with unbeatable defense, but instead a self-made icon of fortune and achievement. His attention moved away from boxing excellence and toward showing off his wealth, turning money into his main priority.
Look at guys that never got hit. Floyd went his entire career, got hit hard like 3 or 4 times, ever.
Yeah. When he fought Diego Chico Corrales, which was one of my favorite all-time fights, you know, because it was like there was nothing for Diego to hit, and then all of a sudden he just bounced in his face, bop, left hook from like 5 feet away. That's a Mayweather that I think nobody could possibly maybe beat.
That was the Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather.
Was
before he became Money Mayweather.
He remade himself into a brand, showing off riches and extravagance. The attention moved from his unbeatable defensive abilities inside the ring to enjoying a life of luxury, making millions for each fight, and turning into one of the wealthiest sports figures on the planet.
It's just complete genius.
Yes.
First of all, from just changing his style, right? He broke his hands a lot. So when he was younger, they called him Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
And then he changed his name to Money. And when he changed his name to Money, he turns heel. Yeah. He became like this guy and everybody wanted to see him get beat.
Yeah.
And he's the most unhittable guy in the history of the sport.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's interesting when fighters figure out ways to do that too, like what Floyd is doing. What Floyd is doing is so interesting. He retires from fighting and he says, I'll just start boxing people who have no chance.
Hey, why?
Floyd Mayweather started his career making $3 million per fight. But it wasn't until he took the risky step of going solo that his financial situation soared. That choice put him on a road to making billions, turning him into the richest athlete in the world. His freedom from promoters and his strategic way of handling his career beyond standard boxing rules helped him build a legacy that had no equal in terms of money.
Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in the world, and you won't believe why. Early in his career, Floyd partnered with a fight promoter where he was making $3 million a fight, but he wasn't satisfied. He thought he could make way more with pay-per-view and wanted out of his contract. So he bet on himself and paid his manager $750,000 to get out. And you won't believe what happened next, so drop a follow. This would prove to be a huge win for Floyd, and after going independent, he made nearly $1 billion and became the highest paid athlete in the world.
However, with the rise of his wealth came personal problems. Mayweather's father shared that before Floyd had reached his huge fortune, they never had any serious conflict. But after Floyd earned millions, their relationship started to break down as Floyd began to spend carelessly. Vehicles, properties, and other extravagant purchases became his fixation. And this change in focus caused friction between him and his father. According to his father, people change when money becomes part of the situation.
Never had an argument in our life, me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. You know, HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about now? I'm just saying, you know, and we never had no argument. All of a sudden, it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, hey, when people get, it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. You know, if sometimes when people get money.
As Floyd's fortune increased, so did his pride. This shift in his character made him lose many close connections, including those with longtime friends. Mike Tyson publicly called out Mayweather's arrogance, saying there is nothing respectable about it. Tyson noted that Floyd needed to return to reality and control his ego, particularly given his huge wealth.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about
Awesome
Floyd?
fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. Well, you expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
Floyd's close relationship with rapper 50 Cent was one of the most discussed connections in show business. But just as Floyd's wealth increased, so did the problems in their relationship. According to 50 Cent, Floyd's focus on money became impossible to handle. Floyd reportedly told 50 Cent that he never asked for his support, even though they had shared a deep bond over the years. This split was largely blamed on Floyd's attachment to riches, ignoring his legacy and the people who had stood by him from the start.
And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh man.
He said something to me one time, very simple. He said, "What a prize fighter fight for?" And I'm like, and he said, "The prize." So it's okay for you to watch the fight. Don't nobody watch Floyd fight to see how amazing he is. They watch it for the opportunity to see him lose.
Right.
Because they don't like him. They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no, like the people's champ, like Ali was standing for the same things.
Right.
The audience was standing for. He doesn't have any of that. It's just money. You know what I'm saying? And that, he knows you don't like him.
Floyd also lost one of his most talented students, boxer Tank Davis, who felt used by Mayweather. Tank revealed that Floyd always placed him in a situation where he would constantly depend on Mayweather, even after the earnings Davis had made from his fights. Floyd did not pay him fairly, which caused Tank to cut ties with him.
Or I'm gonna be back asking you for money. Nah, why would I do that? I give her a couple dollars. I take some, whatever. Whenever you need some money, you feel me? But when I was legit to be able to get her out the hood, that's what I did.
Like, I had to learn that coming up that, like, a motherfucker will put you in a position to always need him. And, like, to the world, it might look like that's a great person. But, like, to somebody to understand, you understand, like, what Kendrick Lamar say? Nah, that's a master manipulator. Like, because if I gotta put you in a position that they always need me, I'm gonna just give you crumbs. And we hear it a lot. Like if I'm like, what's $1,000? You know what I'm trying to say? But to you who don't have it is a lot. And I know you're going to go to war for that $1,000. So me understanding that $48 of power, I'm going to always feed you a little bit so you can be excited and do just enough to come back around.
But I ain't really just put me in a position to be able to, you know, make my own thing. And I don't want to say no name, but they wind up catching it. The people that's over top of me, I mean, like I was signed up to him, and Floyd signed to him. So the person that he said, okay, cool, I see what's going on. That's when he started taking over my career.
Hank also pointed out Floyd's unwillingness to accept anyone outshining him, as he grew jealous of fighters who made more money or were considered better than him. He even said that Muhammad Ali was not superior to him.
I'm gonna say this. Okay. Out of all these guys in the history of boxing, yes, I've accomplished more than every fighter in the history of boxing. Okay, Ali. Is Ali the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights? Leon Spinks beat Muhammad Ali when he only had 7 fights. Yes. And if we really tell the truth, if we really tell the truth, well, that's what you're here for. You're here to tell the truth. What's the heavyweight guy that Ali fought 3 times? Ken Norton, actually. Ken Norton really beat Ali all 3 times. Go back and look at the fights. I mean, we just telling the truth. And I love Ali, of course.
Mayweather's pride didn't end with his relationships. He started showing off his riches to the world, and this only increased the public's dislike for him. His pattern of displaying his extravagant lifestyle, along with his questionable statements, made him one of the most disliked boxers in history. His comments, including his view that he was the best, no matter what others had accomplished, only worked to strengthen the bad image people had of him.
All of my career, I have never encountered an athlete who, number one, flaunts his wealth the way Floyd flaunts his wealth, and who, number two, is so blindly full of himself to the fault of those who did pave the way. He did acknowledge that much, so I appreciate that much. But the way he just blithely scoffed at Ali's accomplishments, it wasn't just disrespectful, Stephen A. Smith. It was flat out blasphemous. Now, to your credit, you did go back at him. You can't, okay, and to Floyd's credit, you know what? Early in Ali's career, he did get dropped. Not by Burt Cooper, by Henry Cooper in London. He fought him twice in London. And he did get dropped, and he got right back up and won the fight.
Because of his arrogant attitude and flashy showing of wealth, Floyd became the most hated boxer in the sport's history. His refusal to take part in drama, despite his actions, only added to the hostility. He frequently said that he did not care what people thought and that he would keep fighting, whether in exhibition matches or regular fights. This lack of concern for the criticism directed at him made him even more polarizing, with many fans and analysts doubting his true intentions.
Watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And
my
like,
most expensive watch that I currently own is $18 million.
One watch. And so you hate him. People hate him.
He creates envy.
Yes. Yeah, it creates envy, and you want him to.
After stepping away from professional boxing, Floyd moved to exhibition matches. But these events faced a lot of backlash. Many feel that Floyd was damaging his reputation by facing these lesser-known fighters simply for the money.
What does it mean for you to go out on your terms, not on anybody else's terms, but you to make the decision, you know what, this is it, I don't care what all you guys say, I'm out of here, I'm done?
I mean, I think I think I just had a game plan. I had a brilliant game plan. The game plan was to be very outspoken. You know, I was born with personality. I was born with charisma. Speak my mind. Speak from the heart. You know, I don't hate or dislike anyone. I want to go out there, you know, and just do what I have to do inside that square circle. Choose a tremendous team on the outside that's going to help me take things to the next level, and that's what I.
His exhibition matches became known for being purely about money, and critics argued that his fights were focused more on getting the biggest share of the profits rather than giving fans competitive or significant matchups.
But you know what it is? I think obviously with Floyd, he gets the biggest percentage of the purse, isn't it?
Yeah, but he can still get the biggest percentage of the purse.
Yeah, but Ricky Hatton's gonna want more. He'll want more. He'll want more.
He'll want more.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when they fought in their heyday, Floyd got more.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So, you know what I'm saying?
No, but Floyd wants like 95% more. 90% more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like...
He's like 95-5. Yeah, that's how he likes to do it, innit? Because I'm not gonna lie, if Floyd fought Ricky, both of them now, catch weight 154, O2 Arena, it will sell out.
It will sell out. Will sell out.
Floyd's name for taking advantage of exhibition fights was hurt even more by claims that he did not pay his opponents what they were promised. Boxers such as Deji and Logan Paul said that they never got the full payment they were guaranteed for their exhibition matches against Floyd.
People always bring up the fighter pay with the UFC, but isn't Logan complaining right now that he didn't get his checks from Floyd? Is that like a boxing issue versus
you don't
a
ever
boxing
you
thing?
don't ever hear that coming out.
To this day,
you hear a guy
right
going,
now.
I want to make 30 million, I didn't get paid enough. You don't ever hear guys going, yeah, they didn't pay me yet, ever.
Is that like a boxing issue?
Well, here's what happens when you go in and you do these fights and you make them, and Hunter, correct me if I'm wrong, you do these fights that are exhibitions or whatever, the commission isn't overseeing it. So let's say I did a fight with Mike, I got Mike fighting, Francis or something, the athletic commission gets the money up front. So they pay the fighters. They don't have to wait for, that was the big problem in the past, is that these boxing promoters would come in and they wouldn't make as much money as they thought they were going to do, so they would stiff the fighters and not pay the guys. And that's why these regulations are in place.
As time went on, Floyd's career and the excitement around him gradually started to disappear. Once a powerful presence in the boxing world, his behavior outside the ring began to outweigh his achievements inside it. His role in a $42 million fraud and the growing proof that his financial activities were not as honest, as they seemed further damaged his reputation. Reports came out that Floyd Mayweather was stuck in Dubai because of unpaid bills, showing how serious his money problems had become.
Some drama going on about Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai. However, that man was at Game 5 of the Clippers game. He's claiming that he is stuck in Dubai because there is debts that he has to pay off and they're not letting him leave. And we're sitting at Game 5 and I look over and I'm like, dude, that's Floyd Mayweather. Royce takes a video of Floyd Mayweather at the Clippers game, posts it on his TikTok. It goes viral. He posts 2 videos, both go viral. And the comments, nobody is believing him. They're like, that's not really Floyd. That's a clone. Floyd's stuck in Dubai. And the crazy thing was, usually when you're at these games, they'll have like, oh, special guest, celebrity of the night. They didn't show Floyd on the thing, but we have it on camera. But go check out Royce's videos if you guys.
Mayweather put great effort into building a persona as the richest athlete on the planet. He bragged about his income, stating that nobody else in the history of sports could equal his financial achievements.
What did you see when you watched that fight?
Look, Floyd needs to keep doing what he's doing, which is fighting complete tomato cans who we've never heard of before. I've never seen anybody in the history of America get so rich and so famous out of having complete wimps throwing punch at their faces. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, it's happened before. What about Rihanna? Shame on you. Blasphemous. I will not stand for that. I will not stand for that. But, however, boxing has a misconception. Too soon? Was it too soon?
Chael Sonnen, a well-known fighter, made it clear that Floyd's choice to keep doing exhibition matches was a decision motivated purely by money. Sonnen suggested that with billions of dollars in earnings, Floyd had no reason to fight anyone just for financial gain. This was viewed as a betrayal of his legacy, as Sonnen believed Floyd was giving up his honor and reputation for personal profit.
That Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
You think Floyd's fighting because he needs the money?
Yeah.
Really? Why? You think he blew through all of his money? Get the fuck.
Well, he blew through a lot of it, but I'm sharing for you, it wasn't what you thought it was.
He blew
to start
through
with.
it and wasn't making as much as he
they're
says.
claiming he was doing $100 million a fight, and I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about $100 million. There's a very
Wow. Floyd had this long career. I could imagine him making more than $100 million.
I understand that. Floyd was not Muhammad Ali, and Floyd wasn't Mike Tyson. I got it. I know people think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you, he didn't, and no boxer has. No boxer's ever made 130 million in one night. So this is silly. Floyd Mayweather
has closed down a mall. He has rented out the entire mall and he spent $15 million. The proof that this happened is Floyd in a mall and Floyd with a bag of cash that probably had about 100 grand in it. He says, man, I'm a VIP, I'm a VP, I'm a VVVVIP. Do you want to know why he was whispering, guys? He was whispering so that he didn't disrupt the employees and fellow shoppers at the mall. It's okay. This is a gimmick. Floyd did everything that Floyd is supposed to do. It's strange that a 50-year-old man would continue to do what he did when he was 28 years old. That's strange.
Eddie Hearn, a famous boxing promoter, criticized Floyd's method of boxing, calling his fights boring and suggesting that Floyd cared more about pay-per-view income than what the fans wanted. Hearn believed that Floyd's change from a competitive fighter to a money-focused entertainer had damaged the honesty and quality of his career.
Somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000, something like that, if that.
I believe so.
We've had some bad ones, but I've seen a map. Someone posted a map yesterday. I mean, I don't know anyone that even knows Floyd Mayweather is fighting on Saturday. Who is putting the money up for these events? Like, I think that the Mayweather fights are so f***ing naff, to be honest with you. But I don't actually mind, like, at least Aaron Chalmers will go out and he can box and he'll have a go and like whatever. But literally no one knows that is even happening. Someone has hired out the O2 Arena thinking they're going to sell out the O2 Arena with Floyd Mayweather and they are going to do a couple of 100,000 buys on pay-per-view. It's either going to get cancelled before Saturday or someone is going to do their absolute conkers or people.
After years of reckless spending and collecting expensive possessions, Floyd Mayweather's fortune has finally run out, leaving him with nothing. His career, long finished, has disappeared into the past, and his effort to remain relevant through exhibition matches has faced harsh criticism. Things got worse when he was connected to a $42 million fraud, causing widespread anger. Business Insider exposed his claims about owning 62 buildings as false, revealing he only had a share of them. This has led to more frustration, as Floyd's constant boasting about his wealth has ultimately resulted in accusations of lying and trickery.
Is a little bit of embellishing that you kind of have to do in order to get your foot in the door with some of these folks, because they otherwise ain't gonna deal with you. So it does require a little bit of fake it till you make it. I'm not saying that that report is true. I'm just simply saying that if there were some validity to that, that's not really the end of the world. He ain't lying about having ownership. He just may have embellished the truth about having no partners. Also, you got people calling him broke, which is crazy to me, man.
That wraps up today's video. Keep watching. Until the next time.